Today we're not going to talk about electric mini motos. Today we're going to talk about a mountain bike from a brand that we've only seen a little bit on this channel. For the second time in 2022, we're lucky enough to have a Pivot bike to check out. I have no relationship with Pivot, no official formal sponsorship or anything like that. I am supported by Jensen USA, P&W Components, Industry 9, and Remedy Supply Co. I was lucky enough to partner with the guys over at Element. They're an electrolyte drink supplement. And I was able to use some support from them to make this whole video happen. So there will be an Element ad in this video. And if you guys want to try an electrolyte, try the Element stuff. It's good and they help support content like this. And I'm glad I just checked out the Mondraker Super Foxy R, because on paper, the Mondraker seems somewhat similar to the Firebird. All right, let's pop this thing open and see what we're working with. Oh, rad. Awesome, look at that. In this case, Pivot just sent me the bare bones of what the bike is. So it's a frame set, and I'm gonna throw on my personal selection of parts to give it that feel that matches the rest of the quiver. One other thing everyone can be excited about, someone fresh here is filming this. Everyone say hello to Riley, he's here holding the camera. First thing first, let's put a seat post in here, then we can hang it in the stand and start building it up. Look at that, sweet. Okay, did you guys notice what just happened here? This is a full 200 mil drop seat post, and the entire thing went into the seat tube. Big thumbs up to the guys at Pivot. So is this green or is this gray? What do you guys think? Is this green or gray? Drop me a note in the comments below. And no, beige is not the right answer. All right, and this is reverse thread. Ooh, XTR with XT brakes. Cool, this will be a good setup. Yeah, we do line up and we do work. Okay. Oh wow, that's the cushiest Volt I've ever seen. That thing's huge. I know this rear wheel is a little bit dirty. The rest of the bike is immaculate. Guilty as charged. I've ridden these wheels a little bit previously. These are the Industry 9 Enduro S wheels, and they're pretty cool. The retail price, it's not an arm and a leg. It's pretty reasonable for a wheel set, but what's super cool about it is it uses that top of the line Hydra rear hub. This rear hub has 690 points of engagement, which is neat and all, but what's really cool is the way the pawls engage into the free hub body. So I did a whole video about the Hydra hub. Well, I guess I'll link to it in one of the corners. But yeah, this is the easiest way to get yourself onto the Hydra hubs. These wheels are made by Industry 9. Industry 9's in Asheville, North Carolina. Those hubs, 100% made in Asheville from scratch. They literally get aluminum bar in and machine it all the way down. They build everything. They're also building these wheels in Asheville. So the spokes, the nipples, the rims, they all come from out of house, but they are literally assembling each one of these wheels in Asheville. And I toured the wheel assembly line and they do a really good job. So when you're getting this wheel set, you're not just getting the parts, you're also getting their really solid build quality. So big props to the guys at Industry 9, they make good stuff. Okay, and this is a 500-pound spring and this is a 450. We'll try the 450 first because it's already on here. That's kind of fun. Double check, torque, 13 Newton meters. And I'm pretty certain this is a Newton meter torque wrench. It does not actually say what the units are, it just shows numbers. Well, welcome to the shop where accuracy is the fourth priority, just behind safety. Okay. Looking good, feel good. You can tell if a dream build video is fiction or nonfiction by how often they drop either their tools or their parts. Comment below if you've ever dropped a brand new part fresh out of the box. I might have dropped the camera lens that we're using right now the day I got it. So I need to humble brag to everyone real quick that if you gorilla your bike around, you might have grip slipping a little bit on handlebars, so you can use some carbon assembly paste inside your grip to keep them in place. That's a humble brag to let you guys all know that I work out. This is gonna look good. Orange on this color, green or gray. My tire choice might be a little unorthodox with an aggressor rear. It's kind of like an XC tire. It's not an XC tire, it's double down casing. I want to ride this tire for now because we're going to end up getting pretty dry and dusty soon, maybe? Right? We'll see. And this tire's good in the dry and dust. Man, they really saved on their shipping costs by letting all the air out of this fork. Okay, I'll try 92 PSI to get started with. That's what Evan Wall runs and he's a pro, so that's got to be a good pressure. That's pretty decent for a 203. I'll start with that. Yeah, this thing's gonna be sweet. Maybe I will ride this today. That'd be kind of fun. So according to the paper, this bike should be very close to the Mondraker. In reality, it actually feels a little smaller. You might be watching this on the screen, but if you were standing here in real life, you would notice that I smell pretty ripe. Why? Well, I've been sweating buckets on this long climb. It might be pretty overcast, but this time of the year it's super humid and I find myself sweating a ton. And it's a little bit of a battle to stay hydrated. I've been lucky enough to partner with the folks over at Element and make a really cool electrolyte supplement. These things just use potassium, magnesium, and sodium, 3 very simple elements, and a little bit of stevia extract to keep them tasting sweet. So they're totally friendly for any kind of paleo or keto diet you might be on. I've noticed that with Element, I don't cramp up when I'm trying to go to sleep at night, and I sleep way better. I think a big part of that's the magnesium that's included in these. For a limited time, Element's offering a free sample pack with any order from their website, and I've got a link in the description below that'll help you take advantage of that special offer. The Element URL is drinkLMNT.com/Jeff, Jeff. Big thanks to Element, and big thanks to all of you for watching my channel and supporting what I do. All right, let's go ride a little bit more. Today we just rode one of the jumpier trails in town because I keep saying this thing that bikes feel like bike park bikes. Well, this right here, the Firebird's probably a pretty good example of something that would be proficient in a bike park. And this jumpy trail is what I think of when I hear the term bike park. So hence here filming, yeah. But I've got 1.5 rides on the Firebird off camera, warming up and getting on this thing right away. I felt pretty comfortable. Yes, I know on paper it's ginormous. In real life, it does not ride ginormous. A lot of the times on jumps like this, they're kind of harder to get through if a bike is really long. This bike might be long on paper, but it doesn't ride nearly as long as it would seem. Right away, I was able to make the long yanker jumps. And in the air, this thing is darn stable, but not too stable. Ah! My back tire washed. Burped. Could you hear that?
Kinda.
I'm gonna throw some more air in it. It literally folded over. Dang it. I carried a little more pepper than last time. I was gonna really boost it and then wonk. As we're making our way down this trail, there's some really fun little features. There's a cool jump over a log that's real fun. There's a nice step-up jump where I've tried to do my best Bernard Kerr imitation with a little bit of a kick-out whip thing. I'm not very good at those, but I try. Oh! I thought so much about going high and didn't do a good kick-out. And we got to this roller manual section, and this bike has a short back end, a really short back end, and it's a pretty long front end. Well, I wasn't sure how it was gonna manual exactly, but what really surprised me is there's more of a balance zone on this than on some of the other bikes I've been on recently. I don't know if that's due to more forgiveness while on the rear wheel, if it's due to having the extra wheelbase with this bigger cantilevered thing, I don't know exactly. We're running Shimano XT brakes, which is what I've been riding on most of my other bikes, and I really, really like them. I'm used to them. I'm used to that aggressor rear tire, so that stuff's all pretty standard. But yeah, first try, made it through this super long manual line. And right after those, there's these double rollers that most people just roll. But if you're really feeling feisty, you can just pull up and yank as hard as you can, and you might double them. Well, on the Firebird, right away, it felt like totally safe, go for it, do this end. And yeah, I kind of felt like I couldn't yank too hard and go too far on that gap, which I love. I hate overclearing things. One of these jump lines in town here is definitely on the bigger side of the spectrum of jumps, and I've got 1.5 days on this bike so far. But already I felt comfortable enough on this to just go ahead and send it into the big jumps. I haven't really hit these jumps in a few months, so I'm pretty rusty, but the thing is so intuitive when it comes to the bigger hits like that. It's light enough and in the air, you can move it around, and it's easy to point it into the landings, and it handles the steep stuff pretty good. Ew! Before we go ride anywhere else, I think we should get Logan on this thing so he can get a try and a taste of how the Firebird handles. So everyone, if you're excited to see Logan ride, drop us a message in the comments down below.
You went way higher than I was expecting.
Well, yeah. I never hit that one. I always hit the first side one, and I'm like, oh shoot, that doesn't line up very well.
It doesn't line up, but it works.
It does. Now I'm more ready.
Woo!
Really rattly brake pads.
Yeah, front and rear of the pads rattle a ton. I was just gonna not think about it.
Wow. It's actually, I don't know why, it's easier to do that in flats. To like, for me anyway. That was a weird noise.
I think that tire's got so much air in it. It doesn't.
I let like a touch out.
Okay.
Still pretty high. Now I hit the first one, so I was like, okay, I'm going slow for this one. So I'll try and do a crank flip. I think I was in like a higher gear than I'm used to, and they went slow. They went slower. Oh god, this hurts.
You gonna have kids one day?
No, that doesn't hurt. Shin hurts though.
Oh, did you get a dagger to the shin?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That one.
That's like the first shin of a long time for me. The seat's so soft though.
True.
It pushes into the travel just enough, not too much, I feel, anyway.
For your weight on that spring.
Yeah, like I bet for you it's probably quite a bit different.
Oh, a little. I'm 170, 20 pounds heavier than you.
I don't know, it's good, I like it.
Cool. You can hold a lot of CDs in your Case Logic.
I think case.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Let's review the footage.
You think I case?
It looked like it from my end, but I'm not very good at this camera thing. You! That was way better.
Yeah.
Was that what you were hoping for?
I don't know. It turned a little more off the lip maybe than it should have.
How'd the bike do?
Good, actually.
How's the bike corner?
Good. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Feels similar to the Ritmo to me. Pretty good.
To me, it felt slightly more than the Ritmo.
More.
Everything. Slightly more travel, slightly more.
Yeah. The turning but is relatable, I feel like, to that though.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
It's like the big brother to the Ritmo.
Yeah. Wherever it's like making me put my weight is where it needs to be. If that makes sense. I don't know. I was riding good at speed. Feels nice at speed. I don't know.
Totally okay.
Yeah. Ah.
I thought that looked sweet.
I landed deep again. I keep expecting it to like bottom out harder, but it doesn't, which is nice. I went higher. I was in the air longer than I expected.
Totally.
And honestly, the bike almost feels better the faster you go.
Yeah.
On my small trail bike, these are fine, but it kind of like, ugh. But this, it just feels like really like relaxed.
They don't normally look at 30-foot doubles as regular user experience for cross-country bikes there.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Turned too much.
You okay? You.
I enjoy it. I keep overshooting landings, expecting it to hurt, and it doesn't hurt that bad. Feels better at higher speeds, I feel. As soon as I'm going faster, it's like almost feels like it comes alive, or it's like more confident. I don't know, turns nicely. Doesn't feel too flexy. Feels nice on lips. Maybe like dives into travel under like hard pedaling more than I would want it to, but not the worst.
Oh, I also backed off the low speed compression about all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could do something to do with it.
Because you mentioned it was very active on the climb too.
Yeah. It felt like the Evil almost. But maybe less blow through.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of hopped on it and felt comfortable immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like me or if it's just the bike.
Do you feel like it's the right size for you?
I do.
How tall are you?
I think 5'7".
Yeah. So Pivot says neither of us should ride this bike and we need to be 5'9" to ride it.
Really? I don't think I would want to go. I don't think I would want to go smaller.
I think it fits great. The reach is big on paper, but in real life it rides totally fine.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like a big reach.
No, the Mondraker felt significantly bigger than that thing.
Yeah.
Like the speed with the length, like that, it feels stable. The amount of travel and everything feels like it's what you want. So yeah. There's nothing on that thing I really would want to change at all.
Yeah. I'd be curious what an air shock would feel like.
Yeah. I got to do some research if I have one.
I would like to this would be fun to try on like trails though.
Yeah, we should go mountain biking sometime.
Yeah. Not these trails.
We're bike parking right now. Sweet. Well, thanks for trying out the Firebird.
Yeah.
And letting me put some words in your mouth there.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna keep testing this bike out, put a different shock on it, different springs. I want to really get to know this bike, and I want to give a big thanks to Pivot for trusting me to ride this thing and do some decent videos about it.
That was rad.
Because it's a treat to ride this bike. It's really a solid piece of equipment. Kudos to Pivot.
Oh, heck yeah.
Please start your online shopping with the links in my description down below. A big supporter of my channel is Jensen USA. They don't actually carry Pivot. They do carry a bunch of other brands, and they have all the small replaceable wear parts that you would need to put on a Pivot, like tires, saddle, P&W components cockpit, Industry 9 wheels, any of that stuff. I also do monthly riding tutorials, which are posted only to my Patreon page. I'll link to that in a YouTube card and down below. And most of all, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace, everyone.